Ya, Anda masih menyaksikan Economics. I'm gonna ask you a couple of personal questions. You've been in Unilever for like over 25 years now, so almost 30 years. You're a pretty loyal, employee. What makes you stay like this long, almost 30 years in Unilever?
Yeah, so you can say I'm very loyal because when I was in college, I did my internship in Unilever and I got a job in Unilever when I was an intern, and I've always stayed with Unilever. So I've never experienced anything else. And the reason for that is really two, maybe three, but two. The first is that my values, personal values, and the company's values match completely. We believe truly in integrity, and therefore everything we do must be honest. We believe in respect, which is you have to respect your colleagues, you have to respect your consumers. We believe in pioneering, about going and trying new things. So therefore the values which this company has and my personal values have always been in sync. I've worked in this company for 30 years, but not once at night have I had to go to sleep thinking in my heart I did something wrong. And I think that's a huge advantage. And I just feel that that's a blessing that I have because I work in Unilever. So that's one reason. Second is that I've had enormous diversity in the things I've done. I've worked across categories. I've worked in different countries. I've worked with different kind of people in different cultures. No other company probably gives me that sort of international exposure as Unilever does. So those are the two main reasons I've stayed. And the third, of course, is I get free ice cream.
You get free ice cream every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've been in Indonesia for 5 years. Unilever Indonesia for 5 years, and as I mentioned before, that the stock's price is going up. That means that the investors are really believing in your company. So you're a good leader. So what is the best leadership? Maybe, but what is the best leader? And then what is leadership in your opinion?
Yeah. So I don't think I can talk about myself as being a good leader or best leader. I think that you must, ask the people who work with me.
But you've been proven a lot of things, sir. So
yeah,
you have to embrace it.
Yeah.
That you are a good leader.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. But I believe there are 4 principles of leadership which I try and follow, and they are very important to me. And wherever I get a chance, I share them. The first is authenticity. I believe a good leader must be authentic. Being authentic means you don't wear a mask. You're not one person today and another person tomorrow. You don't behave differently with your boss and differently with people who work for you. You are the same, and therefore authenticity is extremely important. And I believe any good leader is authentic. I think the second is good leaders take accountability, which is that whatever results I get, I'm responsible for them, whether they are good or bad. I must take the hit or the credit for it. I cannot externalize it. So therefore, good leaders are very accountable, and they are very responsible. And finally, leadership is about contribution. I'm only as good as the people around me, and therefore I should be willing to give credit rather than take credit. So the 4 principles of leadership for me are authenticity, accountability, responsibility, and contribution.
Okay.
I try my best to follow them, and I see good leaders do that. And my role models have always been people who've expressed these 4 principles.
Who is your role model?
I have many role models. I don't have one role model because I think you can pick up great things from different people. So I've learned, great empathy from some, very good intellect from some other, and it's really a combination of them which make you a great leader.
Okay. Do you handpick your team, the people who works with you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think one of the most important things a leader does is to pick the people who surround him, and therefore if you pick people who are much smarter than you, more capable than you, then you'll be successful.
What are the term and condition that is be handpicked with you, sir?
So I personally believe that I look for people who complement me rather than are similar to me. So I seek complementarity a lot because I think that helps me. I believe teams which are diverse are very successful, and that's why on our leadership team we have more women than men. We have more than one nationality, and I think diversity helps a lot. So that's another condition I look for.
Okay, do they have to be at the office earlier before you, or do you have very a broad spare time to.
So we completely believe in agility. What we mean by that is nobody has to come to office if they don't want to. There are
that's nice.
Yeah, there is no working time,
and
there is no holidays or lack of it. You can take holiday when you want. So very often I don't even know where my team is, and sometimes if I need something, I have to go around scrambling, looking for people and so on. But we believe that what's more important is to judge people by the output rather than the input. So it doesn't matter whether you come to office or not, as long as the work gets done. And I believe, and that's not true at our leadership team, but at all levels. In our office, we don't have working hours. So if you ask me, what are your working hours? There are no working hours. There is no time when the office opens or shuts. You can come when you want.
So they have to email you back if you email them like in the middle of the night?
I email them when it's convenient for me,
and
I expect a response when it's convenient for them. But as long as the work gets done, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't be measuring input, we should be measuring output.
Okay, let's talk about this beautiful building, your new office. Well, not really new because you have been in this building 2 years. What did you decide that we have to move from the central of Jakarta to like a very suburb area here in BSD?
Yeah, so as we had grown over years, we had got to a place where we had 4 different offices in Jakarta. And even getting everyone together used to be tough because we were in different parts of the city, and you know, commuting in Jakarta is difficult. So we wanted to take everyone and create one campus where all of us could come together as one team. And we said, let's choose a place which will reflect the personality of the company, what we want to become. And we truly believed that we needed to create a place which was open, which was inclusive, and had the soul of Indonesia built into it. So what you see behind me is our effort to create what we believe is the open courtyard which you have in Javanese villages, and paddy fields which are there expressed through our staircase. So this is a common area where all our people can come, meet, hang out, spend time with each other, and then they can go back into working spaces. We don't have any offices. Everyone sits in an open space, including myself. I don't have an office.
You don't have your own room?
I don't have an office.
Okay.
I just have a workstation, so I can go and work there. And we have meeting rooms, and we have an open place. We believe this leads to openness, accessibility, and being one team. And in some ways reflects the way Indonesia is.
Okay. Did you did all the employees have a experience of culture shock, because they used to work in the middle of city, and maybe when they have like a meeting with clients, they can just like go there for like 15 minutes, and then you have to be here in the basically, well, 2 years ago nowhere, but now it's pretty crowded right now in BSD. Did you experience all of that?
So I would say there were challenges in transition. So I would be exaggerating if it was pretty straightforward. But because we believe in agility, we believe we can solve many of these things. For example, if you have a client meeting, you can work from home and do your client meeting, and you don't need to come to office. On the other hand, if you find that your commute is such that after 4 o'clock it becomes very difficult to get home, you can leave office at 3 o'clock. You can work in the car when you're going home. So we are absolutely cool about where you work from, how you work, when you work, as long as the work gets done.
Okay, if I look at closely to this building, it's very futuristic. It's very like uncommon shape, and then it's very green. Is it also the value of Unilever Indonesia that you are creating into the building?
Yeah. So what we are trying to build in this building is a feeling of space and connectedness. If you see, we don't have too many walls. We have large windows because we want almost us to be connected to the world outside, which has many meanings. One, of course, is that our consumers are out there, and we must not create a boundary between us and our consumers. But equally, we have a responsibility towards the planet and the world we live in. And therefore, if the world outside is green, the skies are blue, we've done our job.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hemant Bakshi, President, Director of Unilever today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure and a privilege talking to you.
No, the pleasure is mine, sir.
Thank you.
Ya, demikianlah wawancara saya bersama dengan Presiden Direktur dari Unilever Indonesia, Hemant Bakshi, CNBC Indonesia Beyond Business.